Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Well, okay. Good evening, good night, whatever time it is in the day for you. I hope you're having a good one. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Hold on, give me a second to get situated. Yes, hello. We are back once again. So, a few quick things before I start getting on with what we're supposed to be doing today. So a few updates. From now on, whenever I am live, like whenever I'm streaming, if you are on Twitter, my name, my username on Twitter will have a red circle at the beginning to show that I'm live. On top of that, I will be trying to be more consistent with my taggings and stuff like that whenever it comes down to the YouTube descriptions. Hopefully that helps with the algorithm and people trying to find our videos. The other big thing is that pretty soon here I will be like in the next couple of weeks I will be getting a job. I don't think that'll affect the streaming, however. I'm used to working on barely any sleep, so I'm probably gonna end up working the 3rd shift and then coming home and then streaming as soon as I'm able. For whatever we have that day. But I will be having the cutoff at 3 o'clock. Like no late, like no what's it called? No later than 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is our deadline. But yeah, that's kind of just the big things that I wanted to get out of the way. I'll cover them again at the end of the stream. But yeah, today we have a bit of work ahead of us. We have to color, we have to shade, we have to finish putting in a background, all for the Pomimo puppy, the Pomimo pupper that I so adore. So we're gonna go ahead and get started right away because again we do have a lot of work. So basically what I have done here, I know that it looks different from when we last looked were on stream. I took away the background temporarily because we're gonna be coloring in this main part of the picture, which is him. We're also gonna get rid of the sketch shading for a little bit. I have a new layer specifically for flats. In the background, we made this very annoying neon green. For anybody who knows how I do my artistic process, I do it a neon green just so that whenever we go to color and fill in these lines, that I know that I'm not missing anything. So we're gonna go ahead and start coloring in everything with our flat marker. We have all of our swatches here ahead of time. I think I'll go to a 6. And this isn't, like, this doesn't have to be pretty whenever you first start off. As long as everything is filled in. As long as you don't have any holes anywhere. So I'm actually just gonna go in very, like, sloppily with the colors, because at least they'll be down. But this is gonna be the skin tone color, so we're just gonna go by, find everything that's supposed to be the skin tone color. Color it in real quick. Oh, thank you, hello. I've been getting that a lot recently. I've been doing more art streams recently. I always say that, like, I don't think my art is as good as many people's, but I'm happy people think that it's cute. Now, the only challenge we're gonna have with this is the fact that his skin is really pale and his hair is like very, very bright. It is kind of a gradient hair that we have. So we'll have to make do with that. But it looks like towards the middle, for the most part, it's all white. Did I do my tag correctly too? I hope I did. Well, let me look. I did, okay. I needed to make sure. I've only been tagging my stuff recently, so it's a work in progress. Okay. If I remember correctly, this was his shirt color underneath. It's a dark blue. And again, this is gonna be pretty sloppy, but we just want to fill in all of the color. I do have his color swatches up here just in case. Yes, okay. I was right. Let's go ahead and hide that again. I'm super excited to get this finished though. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not that well known. I'm pretty obscure, to be honest. If I remember correctly, that was his gloves? Yes, his gloves. Okay. Like, honestly, like, I've only been doing well for myself recently. I use Clip Studio. I mean, I heard about the big updates. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do whenever they start charging people, but I use Clip Studio. So I heard somewhere that they're gonna start charging people to use it, and I'm like, you guys are freaking insane. Which is a bummer, because I just started, like, getting used to it, too. Like... Did I get the right color for his suspenders? I don't know if I did. I think I did. His suspenders are gradient, too, though. So did I get the second one is the other question. So I think it's the same color. Is it the same color? It's not the same color. Okay. If we do have anything that's gradient, we'll add in the gradient later. For now, we want to do the flats in the main colors. And it looks very messy, but that's fine. His coat is a majority white. It's just a challenge to remember where all the white parts are. Looks like the main parts of the sleeves. Okay. So go ahead and just do this real quick. So that I know. This entire section is gonna be white then. We want to fill in all of the green. I know that my method is a little bit more, like, it's a lot of extra effort compared to a lot of people, but honestly, to me, it's a lot, like, it's more gratifying if you do it by hand. That's how I'm used to doing it. Like, that's how I've always done it, is by hand, so. coloring everything in by hand just feels a little bit more natural to me. Whereas I know there are some people who, like, they'll actually just use the paint bucket to do this, but I feel like this is more therapeutic, and it makes the picture a little bit more worth it in my brain. You know the effort you're putting behind it. I think his boots... Yes, okay. We have the color for his boots, which is the same one. Yeah, like I said, the only problem... I don't know if you can see it, but his skin is slightly... like, it's a slightly different color than the white that we're using. But he has very pale skin. So that's gonna be a little bit of a... a little bit of a problem trying to keep track of. But we can do it. As long as we try to keep everything contained in its own area, as far as the whites and the skin color go. So we need this dark color put down here. This dark color, I believe, is also on his jacket. Oh no, not this particular dark color, but looks like the other one. Hold on. Let's just do that. See if it matches up with this color. It does. Okay, so we did have it set aside already. Making sure we're doing this on the right layer. Yep. And the dark blue takes place the top part, the bottom of his sleeves, the tops of his sleeves, and the bottom trimming. Cool. Okay. So do a line here, do a line here. This is just a quick guide for myself so that I know where these colors go. Let me just fill them in. We will be cleaning up all of this afterwards. So, sorry, I get sucked into my art sometimes. I forget to glance at chat. So drawing faces and eyes and all that, they are important. My suggestion would be to try to study anatomy. Also do what I do. I do these things. I call them art studies. I am not a professional in the slightest. So what I do is I actually go and I look at professional artists and like I study details of their art. Like, what is it that I like about their art, you know, and I try to figure that out. And then I go and I try to work their techniques into my art. It's helped me quite a bit. I always recommend it. And as an artist, you're always learning something. You're never fully done like learning and improving your style when you're an artist. So, but for the basics, whenever you need to like step back and try to like see what you can do to improve your art, I recommend studying anatomy. Anatomy is probably one of the best things you can do if you're gonna be like someone who draws like anime characters. Alright. Then we have this blue, which is the main blue that he usually uses in his outfit, looks like. We got quite a bit of it. I think, I forgot to add a line on this. So we're gonna go ahead and add it real quick to our outline. Where is it? We have a 2. We're on the right layer. We have our black. Alright. Let me go ahead and just add it real quick. Okay. Now that we have that added, go in with this blue. Yeah, it's gonna be a little sloppy. I always have to, like, I feel the need to, like, have to remind everybody that it's gonna be sloppy whenever I first start out. Like, I sound like a broken record, but I feel, like, very, like, compelled to. I don't want people to think that I'm just, like... There's a method to the madness, basically. Yeah. So, like, if you are, for instance, like for me, I am a big fan of Koei Horikoshi and his art. I have studied his art so many different times, to try to see what there is I could do to improve my own art. And I still, like, if I feel like my art is like a little bit inadequate at the moment and I need a little bit of a refresher, like I will literally, like, I will go back and I will, like, hardcore study his art. So if there's like an artist that you, like, admire their art for, or if there's like an artist that you feel like has similar I don't know, similar style to what you want as an artist, like, I would recommend, like, studying their art. Not copying, mind you, because, like I said, like, I studied the art, but I find ways to work their techniques into my own. So, find ways to make the different techniques that they employ into their art, and, you know, see if that you can make that your own thing. I also recommend not limiting yourself to a certain type of art either. I'm doing fine. I'm doing better. I've been sick, but we're getting better. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Like, tell me, how are you doing? Okay, so for now, we have a lot of this stuff colored in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and try to start cleaning some areas up. And once we do that, we can focus on finer details as far as the colors go. The pockets I'm saving because the pockets do have a little bit more of, like, they're multicolored. So I don't want to get them wrong, so I'll save the pockets for a little bit later, but we're gonna go in and start cleaning some of this up. I'll take a smaller brush. Go in. gonna start erasing the stuff that is out of the line, like this. Yeah, no problem. This is a, like, I want this to be the type of stream where people can come here to, like, relax, unwind. Like I said, it's a chill art stream, basically. Art is my therapy, so I use it to unwind myself. Yeah, if you're interested in seeing more of my art, I do have a Twitter that I do post all of my art on. It's like my main social. Twitter is also where all of my, like, scheduling and stuff is done, so if you're interested in continuing to watch my streams, I do post my schedules on my Twitter. Which I should be making my new schedule tonight too, by the way. Because tomorrow we have no stream because it is my rest day. Monday I'm thinking we're probably gonna have another art stream. We need to continue with Final Fantasy XIV, but I've been getting sick so often recently. And the seasons are changing, so, like, that's pretty much the reason why I got sick the other day, was because the seasons were changing. So my allergies were starting to act up. And of course, I am, I think I'm on the verge to a sinus infection, which is no bueno. But it happens every single time the seasons change. It's nothing new to me, I know how to handle it, I just don't know if I have enough medication. Honestly, I don't know if I'm, like, if I'm healthy enough to, like, go back to work, but I need to go back to work anyways. I've been off of work for way too long. Whoa. Why did you change? Oh, okay. Oh gosh, my nose. Yeah, no, I'm feeling a lot better now. Trust me, compared to how I was whenever I was working, I feel a lot better. I was working a job that was pretty much, like, physically and mentally, like, stressing me out to the point where I was just sick all the time. And of course, since I was sick all the time, that meant I was calling in multiple times, and so, like, it was just a big ball of stress and anxiety. So I'm kind of happy that I'm not working there anymore. Long story short, I got fired because I called in too many times. To elaborate to that, though, I called in, like, the one time that I called in that I got fired for, I wasn't even sick. It was because my car wouldn't start. And then they ended up firing me because, like, I called in that day. But they fired me, like, I didn't even realize that I had gotten in trouble for it because I thought that, like, they just, like, let it slide because it was something that I couldn't, like, control, right? Like, I didn't know my car wasn't gonna start that day. There's no way for me to get to work. And my partner, he was gonna use the other car that we have, our good car, for a job he had just gotten. And I'm like, there's no way you're gonna be losing your job over, you know, my car not starting. So I just ended up calling in the day. But they didn't even tell me. Like, they fired me 3 weeks after the incident. Like, I thought I was safe because they didn't say anything about it. I even asked them, like, am I gonna get fired over this? Is there gonna be repercussions? And my manager said that she would look into it. And then I didn't hear anything about it for like the next 3 weeks, right? So we get done with like a very, very long day. And like I had put in like 10 hours that day. 10 hours. And yeah, no, stress for me. Stress for me is like the one thing that is hard for me to manage. I'm always stressed. It's really weird to say. Like, I'm a big ball of stress and anxiety. Which is one of the reasons why I have such bad health. I mean, I also have bad health because I have a really, like, I have, a compromised immune system, if you know what that means. My body's basically not strong enough to fight off, like, a lot of sicknesses. So if I get sick, like, I'm out for, like, the entire day, maybe even more. Like, and when I say, like, I'm out for the day, I mean I am in bed. I am not moving. Which is, again, whenever I would get sick at this job, that's pretty much what would happen, was I would have to call in because I can't move. But I had done 10 hours, right? And I get called into the office at the very end of my shift, which they didn't help me with, by the way. I was the last person on the floor. And I didn't get any help whatsoever. I was just like, okay, whatever. It's not the first time this has happened. Definitely won't be the last. Turned out to be the last. Looking back at it. But yeah, like, they called me into the office after a long day. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to tell you that you're no longer gonna be working with us. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you know that day that you called in and you pointed out? Yeah, we're gonna have to be terminated over that. I'm like, that was 3 weeks ago. Like, 3 weeks ago? Ironically enough, I had a point that dropped off literally, like, the week after that had happened, so I thought that I was in the clear. So by the time they fired me, I was already in the clear. It was just ridiculous. It's a good thing I'm not working there anymore. And this next job I'm hoping to get is going to be a job taking care of the elderly and the disabled. So hopefully a little bit more satisfying. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've worked so many different jobs in my life. I might not sound it, but I'm actually, like, I'm not, like, old, but I'm definitely not young. Like, I worked my fair share of jobs. Like, I've been working since I was since I was, like, 13 or 14. And I just haven't stopped. So, like, being unemployed the last, like, few months has definitely been kind of, like, a good break, but also, like, not really a welcome one because it happened so unexpectedly. And because I got fired over like attendance, quote unquote, attendance issues, attendance misconduct is what they labeled it. They basically made it so that I could not collect unemployment off of them, even though I had worked with them for 2 years. I worked with them for 2 years. I worked during the pandemic when we had mandatory 6-day work weeks, working like almost 12 hours a day because we were so short-staffed. And that's how I was treated. Can't even collect unemployment on them. I had a lot of my friends saying, hey, can we just, like, now that you quit, can we, like, harass your, like, can we harass your store? I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna say no because I want to be the better, like, the bigger person. I also don't want them to place me on, like, any sort of blacklist. Although I don't see myself working for them in the future. It was really funny because my manager, she's all like, you know, I'm sorry that we're having to do this, but, you know, maybe in a year you can come to work with us again when you're rehireable. I'm like, bitch! You're firing my ass and you're asking me to work for you again? Are you fucking kidding me? Also, excuse the language. It's nothing new on this channel. If you're new though, I do have to warn that I swear like a sailor. It all fits with the whole brutal honesty that I have. Yeah, no, it's been a welcome, okay, it's been a sort of welcome break. Like, I did need time to, like, reevaluate everything that I've been doing. I was planning on quitting that job soon, but the job I had lined up beforehand had actually fallen through. So whenever I got fired, I had no, like, I had no backup plan or anything like that. I still really don't. I've been denied at a lot of places that I've, like, applied at for... They'll go and they'll say that they're, like, urgently hiring, and then for some reason they deny me. I'm just like... They don't even give you an answer because I don't have to. That's just how the world works. I think I'm missing a line here. I'm gonna go ahead and add it real quick. That does not line up. It's gonna be right here. Yes, okay. Thank you. But yeah, hopefully the next job I have is a little bit, like, it's supposed to be a temporary job for me, but it'll be a nice change of pace. Not only that, I'm one of those people, I like the challenge. So I've never worked as a hospice aide before. I've babysat, like, so much in my life though. Like, I used to babysit when I was 13. So, I imagine, like, from what I hear, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna be doing the 3rd shift, so it's just gonna be me making sure everybody's sleeping and, you know, like, every now and again wake some people up so that they could use the restroom. And then cleaning a few things, and then prepping for the next day. But luckily I know somebody who works at that house, so... And I think she works the 1st shift, so she'll be coming in whenever I'm getting ready to leave. So that's good. I'm just hoping that everything works out. Right now my partner and I aren't doing so great on money, so we actually have our phones shut off, so I'm hoping I can pull some strings and make it so that they don't call my phone, they, like, email me instead. But honestly, another big part of the reason why I need to get a job is because I want to continue streaming. So. But I want to stream in a way that's a little bit... I want to improve my streaming. So that means I need to get a better setup. But in order to get a better setup, you need money. So. Hello. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. You really haven't missed much. I've just been coloring things in. Like, it looks like I've done a lot, but I really haven't. I literally just, like, messily, like, colored that stuff in. Probably the most that we have done right now is this top section right here where his face is. So. Why does that look so weird to me? Hold on. Oh, it's because the lines are a little bit too thick. There we go. Cleaned up nicely. Let's double check. I'm getting so, like, nervous now whenever I do some layers. So I'm, like, hoping it's on the right one. We have a little bit of green that I see peeking out right there. There we go. Oh yeah, I noticed, we reached, I think it's 235 or 6 subscribers? I need to double check this. Yeah, 235 subscribers, like, I do not deserve that many, holy crap. I'm grateful though. Like, I'm so happy and grateful for the support that I have and that I've been getting. It's weird to me in a way, because I've improved as far as the channel and streaming goes. Like, we've had such an improvement as far as like number of views and subscribers in the last, like, basically I've like had more subscribers in the last like month or two than I have in my 10 years having this channel. Like, it's crazy. Like, I look at the numbers and I'm like, how? Who's watching my videos? Like, why are you guys watching my videos? I am not entertaining in the slightest. I have like a comedy edit that I did for Final Fantasy that's got a crap ton of views too, and I'm just like, wait, why? Oh, thank you. I really don't think so, but thank you. Like, I genuinely am baffled by the amount of views and subscribers that I have right now. I'm just like, And we reached, I think, 116 followers on Twitter, which is crazy to me because I started out this year with like 20. Yeah, 116. It's crazy. Like, having this many viewers and having this many, like subscribers and views, like, and people following me on Twitter, like, this is all new to me. I don't shut up about it, but that's because, like, it's genuinely baffling to me sometimes. I'm just like... And like I said, I only want to get better whenever it comes down, like, stream quality, whenever it comes down to, like, the content, whoops, that I do. Like, art streams for me right now are the biggest thing that I want to, like, continue doing. So whenever I do start working again, art streams are gonna be the pretty consistent thing on this channel. I didn't realize how big art streams were until I started, like, I started doing them, and then I started getting, like, more hits on my channel. I'm just like, wait a second. I see a pattern here. And I do eventually want to get a live 2D model. But for now, because I am broke as hell, we're gonna be dealing with the PNG reaction from Discord that I created, so. Although, I've been seeing this on Twitter a lot, and I would have to, like, jump and chime in. I've been seeing it on Twitter a lot, that, like, there's, like, this hot debate that, like, in order for you to be, like, a legitimate VTuber, you need to have, like, a $1,000 model. You need to have fancy equipment. If you break down the term, VTuber was actually, a thing started by, Kitsune, as far as I know. And VTuber itself means virtual YouTuber. Or yeah, pretty much. But that's the thing, is that, like, technically right now I'm a YouTuber and I am here virtually. So, because you cannot see my real face, you can only see my avatar, which is a virtual avatar, so I guess technically I'm already a VTuber. A lot of people keep on telling me that I need to start calling myself a VTuber, but I honestly, I'm just here. Sorry, I'm getting sick again. Hold on. I needed to mute so that I could cough. Then drink some water. But yeah, you don't need to have, like, a fancy $1,000 model with, like, face rigging and tracking and all that stuff. Number one, Iron Mouse, I think she posted about this not that long ago. She started off VTubing, quote unquote VTubing, with, like, the free, like, live 2D models that they provide for you. Like, she didn't have her own model whenever she first started out. Ironically enough, Shoto, who I just got done, like, drawing, he kind of blew up my Twitter not long ago. Actually, it's still kind of blowing up. But yeah, he started out as a PNGTuber. And he racked in so many subscribers, so many views, like, as a PNGTuber. This other VTuber that I watch, she can get kind of controversial sometimes, but that's just because he's brutally honest. His name is Nux Taku, and he started out as a PNGTuber as well. So all those people who are saying that you can only become a VTuber if you have the fancy technology for it and the money, I argue against them. I don't even know where the notion like started, and I think it's because not that long ago a very like controversial not so great person who happened to be a VTuber got a super expensive VTuber model. I think he said it was like $9,000 or something like that for his VTube model. I'm like, that's way too much. I mean, okay, maybe it's not, because, you know, VTubers, like VTubers, they go and they commission like artists and people who rig them and stuff like that. So I mean, it's still craft, it's still art, but as everybody was like arguing, it didn't really, you know, change the fact that he's kind of a not a good person. I don't really get into the politics of that kind of stuff though. I tend to stay out of the drama that happens on Twitter. The only drama that I think that I'll have like any bit of beef on is like the stupid analytics and stuff that go along with like YouTube. I've had so many of my videos like, so probably another reason why I'm not so like well known, why I'm so like obscure, and it's hard for me to get out of, you know, being obscure, is because I actually have it so that my videos aren't watched by kids, which apparently limits your like options as a content creator. The reason why I do that is because number one, he's brutally honest. Honestly, okay, I'm a level with you. I myself am actually brutally honest, but I actually choose not to share a lot of my opinions just because I know that it's just gonna make issues and drama. Like, I love Nux because he is brutally honest. I don't like that he likes to stir things up, because I'm one of those people that I would rather just like, I'm one of those people, I'll sit back and I'll watch the chaos ensue, but you're not gonna see me getting involved in like the drama and like the issues. I've had a lot of people call me like, say that I don't care when it comes down to stuff like that, and it's not that I don't care, it's just like there's no point in arguing. Like, the more you argue, the more issues there's gonna be, the longer it takes for, and like that's the other thing, is that it's not gonna get resolved. That sounds like it's a pessimistic thing to say, but it's kind of, again, it's my brutal honesty, that the more you argue, the less likely you're gonna get anything like solved. I think the other problem is the people who are, they are too set in their ways that they don't want to listen to other people's opinions. I know quite a few people that are like that, where they're like, oh, my opinion is the only opinion that I'm gonna listen to. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just so you know though, I don't agree with that mindset, because like, you not listening to other people's opinions means that you're not open to hearing out other people's, you know, sides of things or views. It's gotten me into a lot of fights with friends, I'm not gonna lie. I was raised in a very traditional conservative household, which doesn't mean I'm conservative. I am not conservative in the slightest. I am not traditional in the slightest. Like, I am far from it. But I don't I basically don't fault people for having those views or opinions, though, is my thing. Like, I feel like that's the big kicker right there, is that the issue that people who are super opinionated and who just, like, stir up trouble, the only problems is that they're not open to listening to other people's, like, opinions. That is an eraser. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. Yeah, see, like, exactly. The household that I was raised in, they're super patriotic, right? And they're just like, yeah, the United States is amazing. The United States is the best country in the world. And I'm like, sitting there twirling my thumbs. I'm just like, I'm not gonna say anything because honestly, I don't agree. But again, I don't like talking about politics, and it's not because I don't care, it's just because I know that a lot of people don't listen. Like, people who actually, like, genuinely, like, that's the other thing, is that I'm not, like, when it comes down to political views, I actually claim as an independent. Not, you know, libertarian, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, which my family, whenever I claimed as an independent, my parents found out. They're like, what the hell? I thought we raised you better. I'm like, yeah, you did raise me. You raised me the best you could, and that's why I'm an independent, because I'm thinking for myself. Yeah, and I feel like that view is getting a lot, like, it's actually getting, it's not that it's, like, getting more and more prominent, it's just that it's getting more noticed. Yeah, I grew up in a very conservative community. Like, and I say household, but it legitimately was the entire town. Like, I was... this is gonna sound really bad. I was literally one of the only people, like, whenever I was growing up, like, me and my twin brother, we were, like, the only people who weren't white. Like, there was... there's maybe like 3 or 4 people who were like Latinx, and then there was me and my brother who were Asian, like we were Asian American, and then there was, I think, one other person who was Asian American. No, he wasn't even Asian American, he was adopted from Korea. So yeah, like, and that was it. And it's a very, very Christian Catholic community. Like, there's like 5 churches. I kid you not, 5 churches in that little town. And I mean little town. It's a town you can drive through in like a minute. Like, if you stay on the main road that we use to go to like, the main road that we have is a popular road that like goes through a lot of different cities through the state. But if you stay on that road, and like you can pass through my hometown in like, I want to say like a couple minutes. Like, that's how small the town was. My parents were also raised very traditional Christian conservative like too, so they're very set in their ways, in their opinions. Like, I feel weird even like mentioning this, but my parents believe in QAnon, so just to give you a basic idea of what kind of people they are. Which again, I'm not gonna fault them because that's their opinion. That's their beliefs. Just like they are like hardcore Christians. My dad is a Freemason. So again, he's got his opinions on the world. I say opinions. His beliefs on that kind of thing. It was a pain trying to describe my sexuality to them too. Like, they, like, only recently started fully trying to understand what my sexuality was. For the longest time, they kept on calling me a bisexual, and it didn't feel right to me, because that's definitely not what I was. But at the same time, I'm just like, you know what, as long as they're trying, I guess I'll give them a little bit of credit. I have not told them about the whole gender thing either, though, so. Because my, I identify as non-binary. You grew up Mormon, wow. That must be... I only say this because I'm a curious person. Like, that must have been interesting. Yeah, like, and not all of my family fully accept the fact that I am not entirely straight. And, like, the thing that gets them is the fact that they've only ever seen me in relationships that, like, they've only ever seen me in one relationship, and that was with my current partner, who's also pansexual, which they don't know because they just don't know. Oh, okay. So I get mad whenever I hear people say that, like, emotional abuse isn't a thing, because I definitely went through it. I grew up with my parents constantly comparing me to my other siblings and telling me that, like, why can't you be more like your sister? Why can't you be more like your brother? Like, they were so hard on me. I was getting, like... And I tried my hardest to become the person that they wanted me to be, that whenever I moved out, I honestly did not know what I wanted for myself. Because I spent a majority of my life trying to live up to their standards and their expectations, that I never really thought about what I wanted. And my parents never, like... They never really treated all of our, like, me and my siblings, they never really treated us like we were... people per se. They kind of just treated us like we were, like, it seemed like that at the time, and they've gotten a lot better with, like, how they treat us now, but, like, whenever we were, like, being raised, they always treated us like we were, like, almost like issues, it felt like. I'm not gonna lie, like, I try my hardest to, like, I try my hardest to try to refrain from saying stuff like that, but I have always thought that they were scary. Just because, for me, I think it's more of like, I don't understand their mindset, and that kind of thing scares me. Oh yeah, no. Trust me, I, understand that. I have ADD, I have ADHD, I have bipolar, and I do have this thing called, hold on, let me save this real quick before, I don't want this to glitch like at last stream. I have this thing, oh, we're glitching again, because we're trying to save. I have this thing that is kind of on the same, like, autistic, like, spectrum. I have what's called, like, social cue disorder, or something along the lines of that, where it's really hard for me to pick up on social cues. That's scary. So was it your family that left, or was it like just you as like your siblings or whatever? Oh, whoops. My tablet came undone. Are you talking about what I have? No, it's literally called like social cue something. Like it's not Asperger's, but it's definitely like the simplest way you can say it is kind of like on the autistic spectrum. I don't know how to describe it. It's actually more common than people think, especially like nowadays, but like it's not a problem. It's not so much of a problem that like I can't function in everyday society. It just makes it difficult for me to communicate like face to face with people. Because like if they say something like they're upset, it takes me a while to even like register that they're upset, let alone like know why. Yeah. Like, number one, I'm happy that you got out of that situation if it was not the best situation for you. I don't fault Mormons for how they like think or whatever, or what their beliefs are, because again, you're free to believe what you want. But they do kind of scare me because I've heard nothing but like scary stories about Mormons. But yeah, like I've had so many issues like growing up, like looking back at it, because I didn't find this out until literally just like a couple years ago that I have this like this thing, right? And looking back, I was just like, that makes a lot of sense, because a lot of the friendships that I've had over the years, they've either gotten like tested so many different times because apparently I did something that would upset my friends, but I wouldn't understand it, you know? Like, it makes sense now. Yeah, see, that's something that I have a problem with. Like, I say or I do something that offends somebody, but it doesn't register in my brain, like, that they're offended. Or that they would be offended. So, like, I just get confused or upset whenever they get upset, because I don't understand why they are. And it's a real problem. Like, I've had this problem so much. Like, I've had that happen so many different times in my friendships. I was starting to think that there was, like, something wrong with me. But it's just in the way that it's just that I can't pick up on those things. But yeah, apparently there's like a legitimate disorder for it. Like it's, and I don't think it's like, cause like, I can function, right? I can hold a regular conversation with people and they'd be none the wiser. But like, it's just difficult for me to try to understand what would make them upset. Yeah, and see, okay, here's the thing, is that, like, obviously, you know, I'm not a parent, right? I can't tell people how to parent their kids. and I know that my parents probably, like, they did what they thought that they could, you know? But they didn't even realize till, like, years later, whenever we started getting a little bit more open about how things were whenever they raised us as kids, that they started to, like, realize that the way that they were doing things probably wasn't the best. They tried it, though, and, like, they tried their best. But... oh. Yeah, see, okay. My parents, they were never, like, physically, like, abusive towards us kids. Probably because, like... I'm not gonna lie, sometimes as kids were shits. We tested our parents quite a bit, but that was only because they would test us. So, like, whenever it came down to, like, them dealing out punishments and scolding us, obviously they used to spank us. But us as kids, we wanted to drive them insane as far as the scolding goes. So, like, we would resist. And, like, they just, like, they wouldn't see any reaction from us as they spanked us kids. Yes and no. Don't say the actual word. You can say something very similar. I don't have a problem with that. Just don't say the actual, like, no derogatory terms, if that makes sense. Oh geez, yes, no, I completely understand, trust me. My parents thought I was weird and, like, a problem child for watching and liking anime. Like, they legitimately told me that if I watch anime, I'm watching porn. Oh, jeez. Yeah, my parents, when they found out that I was drawing anime, they took all of my art stuff away. Like, as punishment. They took literally every single piece of art, like, equipment that I had, and they just, like, they took it from me. Joke's on them, though, because, again, us kids like to test them, so I knew where they hid all of my art stuff because they were like an open book. Their hiding spots sucked. So I actually stole art stuff away as I needed it. So little by little, I just stole my art stuff back. And by the time they're like, okay, we're gonna give you your art stuff back, they were confused as to why there wasn't a lot of stuff to give back. Oh my gosh. See, okay, yeah, my parents thought that if I watch anime, then I'm gonna become like a sex maniac. Which is kind of like, it was like the opposite. Like, I don't know how else to say this other than the fact that, like, my parents were super open about, like, sex and stuff like that, to the point where, like, it was kind of like a deterrent, which was kind of like their, I'm not gonna lie, that's the one of the things that they did really good as a parent. If you're gonna go and you're gonna, like, tell a kid that they can't do something, or that something isn't good, or something is bad, it's gonna make that kid or teenager want to do it more. So my parents were very open about their sex life. This is another reason why I don't have my videos available for kids. Because I'm pretty open about that kind of stuff too. Oh, wow, that's crazy. See, my parents, they were definitely in love, but, like, I feel like, as time has gone by, they've, like, I don't know, they've lost interests. They're not as passionate as they used to be. Like, my parents were the type of parents that used to, like, make out in the kitchen, like, in front of all of us kids. All I have to say is if you're on the young side, savor that while it lasts. Like, don't squander your youth. I've been out of high school for a while, and the simplicity that high school has, like, I missed. My mom was, I believe, 18. And going on 19 when she was born. So my parents were actually pretty young whenever they had me and my brother. Another thing that I can attest to as to why they probably weren't the best as parents. Yeah. My parents were the type of parents, they would, like, make out in the kitchen in front of us kids. They would... They would constantly joke about the things that they did. Quote-unquote did. To the point where they were pretty open about the fact that, like, it's gonna sound weird, but my parents have straps on their bed. If that gives you any bit of a hint as to, why they're so open about, yeah. So it was a pretty good deterrent, I'm not gonna lie, because none of us kids, at least not me, certainly not my other siblings. One sibling in particular did, but, that was its own can of worms, but yeah, no, it kind of worked because all of us kids had, like, little to no interest in sex. Wait till you're 18, really? See, I ended up breaking that trend with my parents because my parents kind of had similar views where, like, you're not technically an adult till you're 18, but, like, I broke that view on my parents because I, like, kind of, like, forced them to. I ended up getting a job when I was 15. I was still in high school when I started working. And that's because my parents had it, like, in their belief that if you want something, you need to work for money. So that's why I used to, like, babysit quite a bit whenever I was younger. But I wanted to start paying for my own phone bill, right? And I wanted to start, you know, buying my own stuff, doing things on my own. And, like, they didn't really like the idea because they're like, no, you are still in high school. You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. I think out of all my siblings at the time, I was probably the most independent. Honestly, the advice I have, if you're gonna start working as, like, if you're gonna start working at a younger age, my only advice is just don't take too much. Because I literally, my last year of high school went by so quickly, and that was because a majority of it was spent, like, I was working, I was doing college courses as well, because I also took, like, I took some college courses whenever I was in my, like, senior year of high school. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. Like, your high school years, as weird as it sounds, and if it is, like, it is kind of a dramatic thing, you're gonna miss those. You're gonna miss the simplicity of what school was whenever you get out into the real world as an adult. So don't squander it. Enjoy the experience as much as you can. There are some people who are like, you know, they're relieved they're out of high school or whatever, but if you have a good high school experience right now, yeah, see, okay, I commend you for doing that, because the option was not available for me to start taking college courses until I was already like a senior. It's a good way if you're one of those people who prepare for the future, is a good way to get your foot in the door. Get a lot of your basics done as quickly as you can. I actually did not continue with college because the stuff that I wanted to pursue, the only reason why I took the college courses is because my parents said it would be a good opportunity. But like, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff that I want to do these days doesn't require me to have to go to college. Like, if I'm gonna be completely honest, my complete end goal is legitimately, like, I want to be a VTuber and I want to enjoy my time as a VTuber. So I'm working my way towards that, but that doesn't require me to go to college. But, and this is the reason why I think college is still necessary. If you're planning on doing something big in your life, like if you want to be a chef, if you want to be like a, you know, high quality graphic designer, like for like branding and business or whatever, like, or if you want to become a doctor or you want to become a teacher, that is definitely something you should go to college for. If you want some sort of like high-end, you know, high-end corporate or like some sort of like big job, college is definitely a requirement. Oh, you got a really good GPA. I don't even remember what mine was because I wasn't the best in my school, but I definitely, like, I wasn't the worst. I was like, I was okay. I could hold my own, but I wasn't the best. Which is fine, as long as I was passing. Wow, that's nice. See, okay, it used to be my dream to become, like, a graphic designer. And honestly, I could still do that now if I wanted to, as far as, like, college goes. I did take a course on, you know, doing art for, like, video games and stuff like that. But it was technically more of a workshop than anything. So if I wanted to, I could work maybe for like an indie video game company doing art, but at the same time, I do art for myself. I don't really want to do art for like other people, which is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of doing commissions. I have them open and I do them, but I'm not a big fan of doing them because I like doing art for myself. Which is one of the reasons why I don't really like pursuing a job where I'm drawing for somebody else and not for my own enjoyment. That's just a personal thing. That's like it. I honestly commend the people who do that though. Like, and I look up to the people who do that. It's not for me though. For me, if something you love becomes a little bit more of a job than a hobby, then that's where I kind of get a little bit iffy. It's in like I that's admirable of you. Art for me is the one thing that I can be selfish about, in my opinion. Like, again, I spent my entire life, or a majority of my life, doing things for other people. That, like, there are a few things in my life that I want to be selfish about, and art is definitely one of those. My parents tried to, like, they tried to deter me from drawing what I want to draw, and that kind of just, like, made me more motivated to draw what I want to draw. So like I said, they found out that I was drawing anime, and they took all of my art materials away from me. They told me that I could not, like, I can't watch anime anymore, can't draw anime anymore, I can only draw what they want me to draw, and that wasn't gonna sit well with me, so I resisted. You should definitely look into getting paid for your art, though. If you're gonna be drawing for other people, like, that is effort and time out of, like, you know, effort and time that you're putting in on behalf of somebody else. You should definitely seek compensation for that kind of thing. Like, if it's at someone's behest. If you're drawing, like, fan art or whatever, that's a different thing, you know? Like, for instance, like, this is fan art for a VTuber that I like or whatever, so obviously I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna charge you for this. Clearly no. But yeah, like, if it's at someone else's behest, it's a little bit different. Well, it's getting there. You're not allowed to take commissions. That's not right, though. I need to figure out how these pockets work. So, let's see. And then the inside bottom was this blue color, and then the white on top. There we go. I think it's like that for every pocket. This is why I wanted to do the pockets last, because they're a little bit, like, the color is a little bit more intricate than the rest. Yeah, you should, definitely see if you can find a way to negotiate or compromise with that, because if you're drawing for other people, like, if people are asking you to draw something for them, but you're not getting any compensation for it, it's a little bit, doesn't seem all that fair, because you're putting time and effort into it. If it's for friends, then yeah, I guess it's debatable, but if it's for people you don't even know, then that's a little bit of a problem. Oh yeah, no, like it's honestly the online world is more of a like open place than you would think. It's just a matter of getting into the right community and finding the right people. Or finding your people, if that makes sense. I think that's actually supposed to be a latch right there. Let me look. And yeah, it is. Okay. I just didn't draw it in for whatever reason. What the heck? Let's go into our outlines. Oh, never mind. I know why. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. We'll just do this. No shame in simplifying things. There's too much green. I still see too much green. Need to fill it in. The internet is such a big, like, big place that, like, I can almost guarantee that you'll find your people. Honestly, I would like to be able to build a community with my own channel, with my own social media. Nice, okay. So we're gonna do the same thing with this pocket as well. There's this. The top part was white? Question mark? Yes, the top part was white. I actually use a bigger brush. Go to a 5. Do white up top. This blue. And then this blue. Honestly, if that's how things are going, then I mean, whenever you do turn 18 and you do have your independence, that's where you can, like, it sucks to say, but that's kind of like what I had planned before I kind of like forced myself to move out. Which I actually moved out. I moved out a month after graduating. Like, I kid you not. Like, it was like a month to the day I ended up moving out. Yeah. No, honestly, the internet, I mean, it's such a great place for you to learn how to do things. So, like, I have faith that you'll be able to get to where you want to be. There's so many different videos out there and tutorials, and there are like so many different, like, the art community is such a great community. We don't do just art on this channel though, we also do some video games. I've been a little bit careless as far as like video games though recently because of, again, my health. We were supposed to stream Final Fantasy XIV yesterday, but I was not feeling good, so I had to go to the doctor. Ugh. Nah, it's a good place for you to grow. Just don't get too crazy with it. Again, if you're young, if you're on the young side, you should still try to enjoy your youth while you have it. Take it from your senpai. I'm assuming I'm your senpai because I'm most likely older than you. I try my hardest to help the kohais. Oh my gosh, my throat. I should not have coughed. I needed a meal. I am your senpai? Oh jeez. Rage free. Okay. Yeah, I'm always open for like giving tips or advice or, you know, my opinion on things. Especially while I'm streaming. Alright, and we need to grab this yellow. It's shaping up pretty well. Well, I'm happy you think I'm nice. I tried my hardest to be as nice as possible. Despite being someone who's pretty brutally, like, honest, I like to think that, like, I try my hardest to be the decent sort. I think the only thing I ever get, like, rude or upset about is whenever I don't understand, like, people's intentions. I'm one of those people where, like, I need to understand why someone's doing something. So even if I don't agree with it, I need to, like, find a way to understand it. So I do get upset whenever I don't understand people's intentions. It's one of the reasons why my parents and I butted heads constantly, because they never explained themselves. They had just explained themselves, then maybe, just maybe, I might have been a little bit more merciful to them whenever I was younger. Yeah, see, I can understand that. Because again, I just need to understand. But if I don't understand, that's when I get a little bit... I become a little bit of a dick. I think what makes it worse also is when people just, like, expect me to understand. Like, if you're gonna do something and, like, you know I'm not gonna get it, but you just expect me to just figure it out myself or, like, to understand, without like explaining yourself, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off. Yeah, see, my parents are the opposite. They just never explain their intentions whatsoever. Cause they, so I was the second oldest out of all of my siblings. I had, I think all in all there was 5 of us. And I was the second oldest. The first oldest, however, she never really stepped up as the oldest and took responsibility for, like, you know, kind of being the one who takes care of, like, the other siblings in that kind of capacity. So, like, my youngest stepsister did, because, like, for me, I was the helpful type, but I wasn't really one to take initiative. That was my younger stepsister who did. My older stepsister, however, she no initiative whatsoever. Like, she only really focused on what she wanted and what she cared about. So my parents, they oh, yeah, see, like, my parents, they were more, like, whenever I say they kind of sheltered us kids, is more in the ways of, like, they didn't teach us how to be in the outside world. Like, they never taught me how to, like, they never taught us how to keep finances, like, properly, you know? So all of us kids, we had to learn how to take care of our financial situations. I'm still really bad at saving money. If I remember correctly. Yeah, the bottom parts were black, okay. I mean, at least she apologized. My parents, they wouldn't have apologized. My parents wouldn't have apologized because they would have expected me to know. My parents, they explained to me later on that they were so hard on me because they didn't want me to end up, like, they didn't want to see me end up in a bad position like they saw my older sister end up, because she had so much potential, but she just kind of just, like, she didn't want to follow with it. Mainly because my parents were, like, pushing her too hard. But they didn't want me to end up like my older sister. So they were super, super hard on me. To the point where it seemed like they treated me way differently than my other siblings because I was the second oldest. And I'm just like, if you had explained that to me, like, whenever you guys were actually doing that, then I might not have gone so, like, overboard in the way that I moved out. Well, we got a lot of our flats done. Oh yeah. Like, trust me, I completely get it. Totally understand. So we got a lot of the flats done. Where are we with time? 15 minutes until we take our break. So what I think I'm gonna do is we'll go ahead and we'll start doing some of the gradients in his hair. I think he also has gradients. So his gradients on his hair, his gradients on his tail, it looks like. And then he also has gradients on his suspenders. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start another layer. I'm gonna go in with this color, and we're gonna go in with the spray paint, the spray brush, and then we're gonna go over and start doing gradients. Once we have the gradients taken care of, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start the gradients, but I think we're gonna take our break after that. We need to see where. It looks like his are on the edges of his ears. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush though. Yeah, I'm sorry that when that happened. It just seems to me that a lot of parents just don't understand. They don't take the time to understand their children's mindsets these days. I'm trying to find a good way to put this somewhere where I can easily see it. Now, we'll just keep it where it was. We're gonna go in with our paintbrush. I'm actually gonna label this layer real quick. The gradients. Looks like he has his gradients around the outsides. So his ears. And for this, I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn this back into a white real quick. Ah! I did that wrong. Jeez. I'm actually gonna get rid of these flats real quick. So we're just gonna be focusing on doing his gradients right now. Well, I'm hoping things get better for you as far as that department goes. Like, parents, they try their hardest, but they do need to be reminded sometimes that, like, us kids are still people. Like, okay, and it's really weird to say that, like, parents sometimes don't technically think their kids as people. They think they're more in tune of, like, how do you explain it? Not even like possessions, they're more like just like a responsibility. But I feel like there's an issue in that mindset where you just like consider somebody your responsibility. Alright, we're gonna clean up these gradients real quick. Let me check on time. Oh, he has gradients in his tail too. Forgot. I don't know if he has like proper gradients in his tail or not, but I'm gonna add them anyways because I think it'll look cute. It also matches hair. Alright. Oh, geez. Okay, that's not gonna help us at all. So this is gonna be... I think we're gonna go back to the green on that now. Come on. I believe in you, computer. You can load. Oh, geez, that doesn't help us in the slightest. Let me try this color. I'm trying to make it a color so that we can see where the gradient is a little bit better. So I think the pink might help us. Okay. Because we don't want there to be any, like... We want to clean this up properly. We don't want there to be any leftover gradients in areas that we can't, like... fully see. So we come in here with a bigger eraser to try to get a lot of the outside stuff taken care of. Like this. So you can actually see where you're supposed to erase. That's one of the challenges I have with working with gradients. Yeah, honestly, when it comes down to, like, with your family and your parents, like, just hold out hope that everything will work out. But also, don't, like, expect them to, like, fix themselves. Like, it takes effort, it takes time, and communication. Communication is probably the biggest thing. Like, talking about it, talking and actually, and like not only that, but like us as kids, we also have to understand where our parents are coming from. Like it's so easy to just pin the blame on our parents not understanding, but we also have to, you know, understand what they're going through, what their mindset is as far as like why they do the things that they do. Because if we only like perceive what we want to perceive and, you know, focus on what we want and what we think and what we care about, that kind of just makes us a hypocrite. Because if you're not going to even consider, like, what they want or what they think, then it doesn't make you any better. It just makes you a little bit of a hypocrite. Because how do you expect them to understand and, you know, want to, like, think about what you're going through or think about what you want if you're not going to understand what they want or they think? Yeah. Communication is probably one of the most important things. And it's not just in like relationships, it's like in everyday society. Communication is one of the biggest things that you need to you know, keep in check. I'm a little bit over in that. Alright, and if you were to add the flats back, you can see the different gradients on the hair. So right now what we're doing is we're coloring it up so we are fixing the gradients and the color. We do have a little bit of standout here, so I think I'm gonna clean this up as well. No, no, no. I didn't realize how much there was a little, you know, the standing out right here. Oh, thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm happy that people think my art is cute or nice. And again, I do a lot of extra work as far as like I put a lot of extra effort into my art, but that's again because this is like therapy to me. This is very therapeutic. This is my way of relaxing and unwinding. So having to do all of this manually, it's honestly it's intentional. So I've seen like a lot of people, they're like, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? Why don't you just clean it up using the lasso tool? Why don't you just, you know, why don't you just use the paint bucket? Why don't you do this? Da 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 da. Like, it's honestly, again, this is how I remember, like, this is how I've always done my art is, you know, through manual, you know, manually doing everything. That's just how I'm used to it. The only thing I can recommend as far as trying to get your art visible is try to feel like as far as like try to play into what you're marketing, basically. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, know who you want your art to be targeted towards, basically. But again, I'm not that great when it comes down to like making my art known. I see people all the time, they're like, why aren't you more like, why don't people know more about your art? And honestly, again, I'm not really good at marketing. Cause again, for me, I do my art because I want to do my art. So it's really hard for me to cater to what everybody else wants. That section, something looks really weird about that. Hold on. I think I know what that is. Oh, it's a piece of his hair that I missed. It's supposed to be skin color there. I could just barely see it. I'm just like, that doesn't look right for some reason. Oh, okay, I never really do anything for my Spotify, like, covers. I think there's only, like, a couple of them that I did, where, like, I did change them, And they are like my own fan art, but I don't really use my Spotify like publicly. It's kind of just a personal thing. Where are we with time? So we have hit our 2-hour mark on our stream. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end up going to break here in just a second. We'll go to break so I can grab something quick to eat, stretch my legs a little bit, get some more water. Honestly, what you could do— oh, oops, that's okay. That's definitely supposed to remain gradiented right there. What you could do, start putting your stuff on a hard drive, or like, if you draw digitally, start putting it in like a portfolio on your hard drive or something like that. Once you get of age, you can open up like a digital portfolio so that people can like see all of the art in bulk. Because there are ways of doing that. And some people, whenever they see people's art, if they get like, they want to have a good idea of like what certain people's art styles are. So seeing it in bulk will be helpful. Especially if you're planning on doing this per, like if you're wanting to draw professionally for money, having a place like DeviantArt or something like that where people can just see your art. I don't have a DeviantArt, but just because I'm one of those people where like, I'm pretty dead set in my ways. I used to be very active on Tumblr, but Tumblr's kind of died down. Yeah, no, the VOD will be up on my YouTube channel, so if you want to go back and watch the progress, because we're just gonna be chilling here doing this, it's always gonna be up. I don't take the VODs down. So, and then on my Twitter, I'll have a time lapse of the, like I'll have a quick time lapse of what we did on our stream. So yeah, if you have social media, or if you're on social media, it'll be on my Twitter. So I do plan on finishing this on for this stream, because we have the flats done. We're working on gradients right now, and next step will be shading, and then we'll get the background taken care of, and it'll be done. But I think we are gonna take a break though. Now that I got the head area taken care of, we'll finish the tail, we'll do the suspenders, the gradients on the suspenders, and then we'll move on to shading. But I'm gonna take a break because I did hit my 2-hour mark, so. Well, again, it's always something to keep in mind for whenever you do end up getting social media. Twitter is a good way to, is a good social media platform, if you're wanting to get into the art community. Lots of people on Twitter who like art. But, alright, I am gonna go take my break. I will be back in like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, alright. I will be right back. Take this opportunity to, you know, like take a break, maybe to drink some water, grab a snack, maybe stretch your legs, or touch grass if you're ambitious. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish the gradients on this. I might also work a little bit of blending within the gradient itself. Right now we're just focused on cleaning everything up. Oh, whoops. I might become like super hyper focused. I just got a little bit paranoid, hoping my mic was not still muted. I don't know why. And the gradient on the suspenders is different than the one that we used on the hair and the tail, so it's gonna be its own layer and then we'll merge them together. So right now we're focusing on the hair and then the tail. The suspenders will come after. Oh, that was a little bit sloppy. So it's like funny, like this funny meme the other day was talking about how like Bob Ross was like the original ASMR artist. I only wish I could emulate the calmness. I probably can't though, because I'm one of those like anxiety-ridden people. Funny thing, I knew about Bob Ross before he even became like a big like internet meme, because my grandfather is a big fan of Bob Ross. And I mean like mega fan. Like he kind of did the same thing I do, where he basically studied Bob Ross's like paintings and painting technique to the letter. So he actually, like, his art is a lot, if not exactly, looking like how Bob Ross's paint like turns out. All the same techniques, all of that. Wow, look at all the stuff we're missing now that we changed this to a different color and we can actually see. Which is good that we did that. It's good that we're finding these ahead of time. I'm one of those people where if I had found this like after the fact, it probably would have plagued me. Like every single time I see this picture, I will like stare at the imperfections if I found any. I'm not saying that there is, you know, that it's perfection though, because it clearly isn't. Holy crap, look at all this. Yeah, definitely a good thing that we found this. Man, this place is kind of popping, Jesus. Oh no, please load. I believe in your computer. Thank you. Alright, back to gradients, and then we have a lot of this cleaned up. Sound like did I finish the gradients for the hair? I think I did. Yes, I did, okay. Start a new layer. I think it's this color for the gradients for the suspenders. If I remember correctly, his suspenders... Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks really weird on my screen right now. There we go. So it's only towards the bottom I started gradients. Oh, my back. I don't know why I do this to myself. I always put myself in like the weirdest position. And then my neck and back starts to hurt. I was always super nervous doing fan art for people who are also artists, and I think Eyes actually draws too. So, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Don't touch my art eyes, I'm sorry. Excuse me while I die. Oh my god. Ah, my tablet. How dare you? Okay. Man, I've been in such a mood for like Bungo Stray Dogs recently. I have no idea why. I'm also having like the weirdest sense of deja vu. I think I might have said it on another stream. Alright, so we have the gradients pretty much done. I do see some more stuff that I need to clean up though, in the flats. As soon as my tablet stops glitching out. God, I need a new cable for it so badly. I mean, that stuff costs monies, and I don't have monies. Alright, so the gradients, I don't think his gradients have any texture to it. No. Huh. I think we're gonna add some gradients to his eyes though too. We're gonna take the same blue. Go in. Go back. Oh my gosh, my tablet is glitching the fuck out. I think though with his eyes we will add a little bit of a blending effect. We'll go ahead and do this. It looks cute. So we have our gradients done. So the next step, hold on, let me turn it back around. pretty sure the next step is gonna be shading. So we're gonna go ahead and put our shadings, or sketch shading back on. It looks really funny, obviously. Hold on, let's go ahead and make the screen again, so that... There we go. So the purple is gonna be where we're shading. Red is where we're gonna have the, some of the light layers. So we're actually gonna merge the gradients with the flats. Add a new layer. We're gonna go in with our marker again. I think I'm gonna go with a 5. We're gonna go with a darker color. So I'm gonna go with this like almost black gray up here. Then we're gonna shade in. And we're gonna do this until we see all the purple filled in. I think I might actually take the flats away. Just make it easier on me. Come on, I believe in you. You can load. Gets me real paranoid. Come on, save. I believe in you. There we go. I put in a lot of shading on him, didn't I? Good. Want this to be as detailed a picture as possible. Very messy. But again, that's what's to be expected with my art. So I'm like super ultra hyper focused on getting this done. Re. Oh, my back. Come on, I believe in you. Thank you, computer, for cooperating. I keep on hitting my microphone. This is gonna be where it's really weird. I do need to readjust though. My neck is killing me. Ugh. Okay. Ouch. Okay, hopefully this works out. Like this? Yeah. If I can get my tablet to stop unplugging itself. It always feels weird to me that I'm like, sometimes I have to like remember that I'm streaming. This is pretty much what I do whenever I draw my own time. The only difference is that sometimes I'll put on, like, instead of having music playing in the background, sometimes I'll put on, like, I don't know, an episode of anime. I'll watch, like, an episode of, like, a TV show or something. Like, recently it's been The Walking Dead. Just because, like, The Walking Dead, it's so slow. It's one of the reasons why it's good just to have it on while you're drawing.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
See how cool that is? Oh, come on. We're gonna need to go in and blend some stuff, but I'm not done fixing everything up yet. I'm gonna drop it down to a 50. Looks like 50's good. So we're gonna go in and start blending this. Come on, computer. Thank you. We're trying to get rid of the solid line effect. That way you go ahead and you look back. You can see the shading. It's really nice. Sorry, I got super quiet there. I've been so determined to get this done. I think we got all the shading blended. So I mean, moment of truth. Ayo. Look how good that looks. I don't think we're missing any spot. Alright, so we got that done. Next thing we can do is doing some of the, we're gonna do the light glares as well. That is actually going to be on a different layer. So I do this a little bit differently. I am gonna get rid of the, whoops. Get rid of the sketch shading, because I know where everything is supposed to be. Delete this layer. So I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna go in using this neon that I have, this neon highlighter. And what I do is I basically, hold on one second, while it loads. So what I do, actually, I'm just gonna save it real quick. Sorry if you can hear my neighbors, they're really loud. So basically what I do is I go in and I choose the color behind it, which turns the brush the color that I choose. And we go in and it makes it blend a little bit more. Like, you can barely see it there, but it'll blend a little bit better. Yeah, you can barely see it because his hair is white. But it needs to be there regardless. So we back up, and you can actually see it if we back up. So that's good. But I do this because whenever you use the same color, it blends a little bit nicely, and it actually legitimately looks like a light glare. We'll go ahead and do one for the boot. It needs to be bigger than that. He didn't really have a lot of reflective surfaces though. I think what I will do is add also like kind of a blush to his face. So going with this color right here. I'm gonna add a new layer over the flats. I'm gonna use a soft brush for this, soft eraser for this, just so it's not jarring whenever you cut it off. Because we just want to get rid of the blush that's in his like eye color right here. Super cute. Yes. Turn the shading back on. Here we go, we have a blushy eyes. I'm actually gonna take that same blush color and do a little bit of blush work on his knees. Cool. So we have pretty much the entirety of his body done. Kind of want to get rid of this section right here. I don't like it. It looks funny to me. So we're just gonna get rid of this. No, it's a lot better. It's not as distracting. So what we're gonna do, now we're gonna go ahead and finish our background. The only problem we're gonna have is that it's gonna be a background with him on it. Because we didn't do the background like we did with Shoto. We're gonna get rid of the color swatches. Kind of want to get rid of his reference as well. I'm gonna merge this with the outlines. Alright, so we're gonna do, we have the outline color, we're gonna make this white again. So if I remember correctly, this was like a dark pink. We're going with the pale yellow over here. I'm going with the pale blue over here. No, not the same blue. I think it's this blue. There we go. Pale green. Maybe this one? No. Ooh, this color is gonna be super hard to figure out. There we go. So we have our stars colored in. We're gonna go ahead and go in and try to clean up. We're actually gonna make the background a little bit, we're gonna make it an off-white. That way the white from his coat stands out more. And since this is the layer behind eyes, we don't have to worry about, like, if we're gonna color this in, we don't have to worry too much about it, messing up his color. So we can just go all willy-nilly behind him. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead with the highlighter, put in a little bit of a, I don't want it to be thicker than that. Alright, now we have to do the bubbles. The bubbles, I think we're gonna go ahead and make this light blue over here. Oh, whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. I actually think I might make this its own layer. Alright, and then same thing with these bubbles. We're gonna go in. We gotta make sure it's on the background outline layer. So I am gonna merge these two layers together. And we're gonna add some little reflections. Alright, so we have all of that done and taken care of. I want to add more effects though. We have a lot of this for the most part done, but I want to keep adding to this picture so that it looks a lot better. I almost want to add some shading to the stars and the bubbles. Just a little shading. Not a lot, just a little bit. So we're gonna do that by doing this. We'll merge the background outlines together with the color. We'll start a new layer. Whoops. I thought we'll use this. And then we'll change the transparency. Like that. Nah, more than that. I don't think we need shading actually, you know what? Ooh, whoops, I fucked. I meant to say I fucked up, not I fucked. Okay, so a few things we can do. We're gonna go ahead and add some dimension to this by adding shading in the corners. By like this. Make it look like there's a backdrop behind him that he's jumping out of. We're gonna drop the transparency slightly because we don't want that to be distracting. Let's go ahead and get this to a I kind of want to see what this looks like in another shade. So I want this to be playful. That's the same blue as before, so maybe this blue. Oh, it's like a greenish color. With this one again. This one seems playful. I kind of want to drop. I want it to be a little bit lighter. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. My only problem though with making it. Hold on. My only problem with making it blue is because his color is blue, so we want him to be standing out the most out of the picture. So I think we're just gonna keep it the way that it was right there. Although this pale yellow kind of looks nice. Let's try this. No, because then you can't even see the yeah, so I think we're just gonna keep it the white. Right now we're running into the same problem I had with Shota's picture where I want to add more, but I don't know what to add. So I think what I will do. Where are you? We're gonna do what we did with Shoto and take these little sparkles that we have and add them to his reflective parts. I think it's this one. So that it stands out. Hold on. It's not big enough. Maybe it's the wrong sparkle? There it is. And because we made the back like an off-white, you can see the like sparkle show up a little bit more. Uh-oh, I see an issue. Hold on. There we go. Easy fix. I think I might add some sparkles in the back too. So I'll go ahead and merge this with the outline. Bring you up. Add a new layer. Or we can use this. Hold on. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Just so there's a little bit more happening in the back. Kind of wanna... There we go, that's a little bit better. And again, we don't want to add too much to the picture, but I am just trying to find stuff to make the foreground a little bit more intriguing in the background. We're gonna put some of these glitters everywhere. No, I want a big one. There we go. Well, and I think we have our picture. So the last part we need to do will be to sign it. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of his. We'll just use this blue right here. Or maybe we'll... Actually, hold on, I can do this. Oh, jeez. You figure out where to put this so that you can visibly see it, but it's not like covering up the photo all the way. We'll go back down here. And we need to sign it with our signature. I'm gonna put super teeny tiny down here. But yeah, I think we are pretty much done. If we had too much, it'll look a little bit overwhelming. Here we go. So, I think since we are done, we're probably gonna end up ending stream here pretty soon. We got a lot done. Oh, hold on, we're glitching. Whoop. Hopefully we're not glitching too much. Jeez. I'm gonna save this before, I'm not able to. So, my computer is glitching. Hold on. As it saves. I need it to save. Please save. There we go. Alright. So closing statements. Pretty much, the only thing I have to say is that, again, I would like to remind that whenever I am live, I will be putting the red dot next to my username on Twitter. So if you are confused as to when I'm gonna be online, or if I'm streaming or if I'm not, that's when you'll know. Again, I will be pursuing or getting a job here pretty soon. I don't think that's gonna change the scheduling all that much. I'm aiming to get a third shift job so that I can just work during the night, come home, stream as soon as possible, and then go to sleep. But I mean, I'm wanting to stream as much as possible now that it's, you know, it's a regular thing now on the channel. I have a social media account on Twitter, Karu_Takeda. It's up there in the corner. If you could go ahead and follow me on that, that would be helpful. I would appreciate it so much. We have made it over 100 followers on Twitter, and we have made 230 something subscribers here on YouTube, which is crazy. But I'm pretty sure this is just the start. This is just the beginning. I'm hoping, I am praying that in the future I can get a better setup so that I can do better streams for you. I can become an actual, you know, live 2D tuber. That is the ambition, but for now, I think peak content is probably going to end up being the art streams. I'm going to focus more on the art streams since it seems like they are doing really well. But yes, Twitter will have the schedule for when I stream and when I don't stream. Hopefully we can start booming. So also if you haven't already, go ahead and give a gander to Israel's channel. He is a very cute, adorable pupper whom I wish to adopt and hug, and like, it sounds really weird, but I want to play with his ears. Like he's got like the cutest little ears, and I just want to play with them. I posted a comic. I'm probably gonna post it again whenever I post this art, but I want to play with his like fluffy cotton ball ears. They're like super cute. But like, yeah, so go ahead and give him some support. One of the main reasons why I did this is because I've been wanting to put out fan art for him for a while, and this was the opportunity for me to do it. So hopefully we see you guys in the next stream or in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely evening, a lovely night, lovely morning, regardless of where you are. I hope that you have, you know, a good time and a nice, wonderful, you know, time. Alright, I will see you in the next video or stream. Bye-bye, my lovelies. Goodbye, goodbye.